Hello friends, with one quick look at our production district, we can see that we have some work to do. We have three people that are not even leveled up governing that district, and that just is not good enough. And in several of our other districts, we're doing okay, but we also have some where we are not doing quite so okay. So we can definitely do better, even in the ones that we are doing all right. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at all of our champions, and I am going to check every single guy I have and see which ones have noble and give them a couple of levels so I can identify them quickly. Unfortunately, you'll be able to see here that we have a woefully small number of people with noble. Everybody level 4 and 5 here has some kind of noble on them. I didn't bother to grab anybody that was green with noble because it is essentially worthless. So luckily, some of our people that were leveling anyway have noble on them,
Good steel is
including
beaten,
our
but
mythic
never
boy, which I
broken.
am going to keep on him because I don't particularly like using him, but I will like having him in districts.
Fire is a powerful
We
ally
also
and a
have it on
deadly
our
enemy.
female Ignis,
Mind it
and I
well.
believe on
There is
our
beauty,
legendary
even in the
female
darkest places.
Elzadeth.
It's worth
So,
protecting.
that gives us some good stuff to work with. And now we just need to put all of these into the slots that they will fit into, and we will fill the rest in with people who have confident. Unfortunately, a lot of these people hold the same positions. So we have a female Ignis up here, we have a female Ignis down here, and we have several Travains.
Good to
If
see
you're in
you
the
again,
know, you will
Hard
know that you
Guardian.
can click on your champion and look to the left side over here to see which kind of district they like to live in. And this is the entertainment district. So she likes to be in the fair districts, and
Fire is a powerful ally and a
she
deadly
likes to be
enemy.
in the fair
Mind
districts.
it
So
well.
you can see how that could be a little bit of a complication.
Witness a battle
Luckily,
rage's
we have
fury.
a little more options here and there, but we will definitely need to look deeper into our box to scrounge for the best. In order to level up these characters so that they can actually be efficient, I will unfortunately have to ascend a couple of them, but I think it's worth it because districts are so important. But since I need to do that anyway, I'm going to look through these Trevane companions that are purple and are also level 1, and I'll just see if any of them have confident as well, and then I'll try to marry that off onto somebody so they can have confident and noble. I think that noble is the more important thing to get first, and then confident is a great assist to that. The only time that that's not true is if you aren't able to ascend a thing, then if it's level 40 and that's all you can get, you're going to be better off having confident at that point because the flat amount that it gives you is more than what you would scale to at level 40. After having a look at what we have for purple people with confident,
The guardians of the
I
Elder
don't
Woods
think
are
that it's
ever
worth it to
watchful.
try to marry these traits off. And the reason for that is because I can't narrow down the field of what I might get enough, and these are pretty frivolous marriages to be doing in the first place. I don't want to waste my wedding rings for a minor increase to my districts. If they were mythic, then it would be worth the gamble, but they are not, so I'm not going to do it. When you are ascending people for the purposes of filling out your districts, particularly in the early game, you want to make sure that you only take them up to 4 star. Taking them up to 4 star is fine. It gets pretty expensive to level them up to level 160 anyway, and 160 is totally fine for all your district needs in the beginning. The reason that you want to keep them at 4 star is because then it's much easier to use them to start ascending other characters when you get past needing to use this person in the first place. What you don't want to do is put way too many materials into them and set yourself back in terms of progress in the rest of the game. You just want to get them as good and as usable as possible and keep them in a spot where they're ready to be used later for other purposes. The reason that we started by finding all of our characters with Noble and getting them into place in our districts is because anybody who has confident is going to show up as your highest option if everybody that you have is level 1. And for the most part, I only keep points in people that I'm actually using for something. I think that's the best way to do it. You can reset your characters at will. There's no reason to keep a character sitting with a bunch of levels. So I know that any of these purple tide storms are going to be my best options. They're all going to be identical. And so I can just put a couple of them in there, and then I can go and level those up, and I'll be fine. So if they ended up having confident and they were level 1, they would definitely be at the top of that list. And if you have no noble, no confident, and you still need to fill a slot, you may as well just pick whatever is the highest one anyway. So we kind of do that at the same time. Another thing I'm going to utilize here is I'm going to reset my highest level guy, who's level 280 right now. Remember to put his equipment back on. And then I will skill him up later. I might want to switch those points around anyway. And that's going to give me enough gold that I can get all of my characters that are stuck in a district up to level 120, which is all I am looking for them. Now that I've gotten everybody as high as they can go, or up to a maximum of level 120, I can go ahead and put whatever is left back into this guy. And he only lost 8 levels for me to be able to complete that process. I leveled up 4 or 5 characters with all of that gold. Some of them were already partially there, but I didn't lose that much by taking the gold out of him. And as you can see, we ended there with 54k a minute, which is quite high for our districts. I'll go ahead and throw all of them on the screen here at the same time so you can just have a look at how much we're making in each district. We'll go through a leaderboard update real quick. We are 149 in might, 84 in the campaign, 59 in intimacy, and 83 in our districts, which is fantastic. Of course, it's always good to prove that we have spent $0. So overall, that little bit of effort took us from 48k a minute up to 54k a minute, which is about a 12.5% increase, and it will net us about 9 million gold per day extra. And so I think that was very much worth it, even though we're going to have to revisit it again shortly after getting our mythic companions. So you may have noticed that I've been trying some new editing software, and I have a new microphone, just trying to make the best quality that I can. And if you appreciate that effort that I'm putting in to bring you the best quality entertainment, then please do hit that like button and subscribe for me, because I want to keep doing this for you for a very long time. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.